Zel Boy Army, welcome to another video on the channel. In today's video, we are looking at the best cheap meta players in every position. We're looking at fullbacks, centre backs, midfielders, wingers, and strikers. And we're going to go through each player one at a time. I'll explain why they're on there, talk about the price, and we're going to try use a variety of leagues. There is going to be less players from certain leagues just because I think some players are really bad value. For example, we're not going to have someone like Kimpembe on this list because he's 50,000 coins when there's centre-backs who I think are better than him who are 1/5 of the price. So there might be some players that you think are missing out, but bear in mind this list is based on what I think is good value and how I think they suit the game. I've played like 60 games so far, so I have a good idea of what works. I've used lots of players, played against lots of different ones. So let's get into it. We are talking about Tariq Lamptey first. So Premier League, rapid, very good on the ball. He is like the budget end. I would not use him, but if you want just a discard player to use early on, Tariq Lamptey's pretty good for that. Lazari, nearly discard value, but he's very good on the ball with 89 agility, 82 dribbling, 90 pace, good stamina. 3-star, 3-star. It's not great, but for a budget fullback, he's one of the best value ones in the game. You'll notice for each position, there'll generally be repetitive things I keep saying. And that's because the meta tends to be the same for most positions, that you require certain things. So for fullback, I want pace. That's the first thing I look for. I want then good on the ball, then good defending. Good defending's not as easy to find at fullback, but being good on the ball and quick is really important. And then stamina's nice. And then obviously good weak foot, passing, good physicals, things like that are a benefit, and you won't really find that until you get to some of the better players. Montiel, little bit slower than some of the other players on this list, but elite physical for such a low card. Decent on the ball, solid defending. This guy is really good. Frimpong, this guy's one of the more expensive ones, but he's got a good nation. He's one of the fastest players in the game. He's insane on the ball with that agility, balance, and dribbling. Can cross. Good stamina. I think this card is really good and one of the best fullbacks in the game right now. Pablo Mafia. Not necessarily as good as some of the other cards, maybe, but he's right now going for nearly the same price that you can quick sell his team of the week for. So if you think about it this way, if you get this card and you don't like him, you can't really lose coins. And if you get him and you do like him, he's not really going to lose value. So you can't really lose out on this card, and he's pretty solid all round. Di Lorenzo. Very well-rounded card. Not really got a major weakness. He's tall, good stamina, decent pace. He's just very well-rounded across the board. One of the better fullbacks. Mazraoui from Bayern Munich. Again, similar to Di Lorenzo, pretty well-rounded across the board and has some very good links being a Bayern Munich player. And now we're on to the full left-backs. There is some great right-backs in the game, but most of them aren't good value right now, so those are some of the best ones, in my opinion. Russillion, quick, good on the ball, good physical, good defending. Same again. Mahika, quick, bit worse across the board, but this guy's like 350 coins, so he's a very easy starter fullback to have. Tierney, a little more expensive than some, but a lot better rounded, very good stats. Premier League, so he's obviously going to come with a little bit more price tag, but it's a good card. Kieran Tierney plays very well on the game. Raum, is it David Raum? Yep. Bad weak foot, but elite crossing if you do like to cross with your fullbacks. Very good stamina, quick, one of the better fullbacks right now. And then Spinazzola, honestly, one of the best meta fullbacks in the game and very good value with some very good links. You'll see throughout this video, there are a lot of very good value Serie A. Serie A, Bundesliga and La Liga, probably in that order, are my picks for the best league in terms of depth in value. Spinazzola, very, very good. 4-star, 4-star. Tall, quick, very solid defending. Decent on the ball, can pass. One of the best fullbacks in the game right now, especially for the price. And then Grimaldo's our last one here. Grimaldo, bit harder to fit in, but he is a good nation. Elite stamina, one of the best fullbacks on the ball. Quick, can pass. Very good if you can fit him in. Okay, for the centre-backs, here we are. There's a lot of centre-backs, so I'm not going to take that long going through each one because we've got nearly 15. I wanted to give you guys a variety of centre-backs in different positions, in different leagues, different nations, so you had lots of options depending on which route you were going. And generally speaking, we want height, because I think body type and taller players, especially CDMs and centre-backs, it matters more this year, more than recent years. Like Cordoba, I've used him in draft. He's great, obviously, but he doesn't feel as dominant as before, just because I don't think right now pace is quite as essential. It's still a definite thing you want, but I think body types, strength, things like that do matter more this year. This guy though, 6'4", crazy jumping, very good strength, one of the fastest centre backs in the game. El Unique, absolute budget beast. Lacroix, rapid, very good all-round card for 77, good nation as well. Godfrey, very budget defender in the Premier League, but gets you a lot of pace. One of the entry-level centre-backs who'll do a job in the Prem. Kalulu, pretty well-rounded, very good solid card. Mavropanos, you're seeing a lot of pattern here. A lot of these have very good pace, solid physical, and pretty good defending. Defending awareness is probably the most important defensive stat, in my opinion. You need pace and physical as a base point, but then defending awareness is the main stat I'd look at. But this guy's pretty good. Kim Min Jae, very good strength, 6'3", tall, very good Serie A centre back. Kloster Goat with a shadow. This guy gets 99 sprint speed. One of the best cheap centre backs in the game right now. Elite defending awareness. Honestly, he could be in the top 10 centre backs in the game if we're not including icons and heroes. Another budget beast. Lucas Verisimo, not the easiest to link in, but he does give you a strong link to Grimaldo. Very cheap because of the league, but Brazil's a very good nation. Solid card across the board. Timber, again, not always easy to link in, but a very good cheap card. A little bit small though, which I don't like, but he's very good in other areas. Upamecano, he's a strong link, or a perfect link to Lucas Hernandez, who we are going to show later. Quick, very good physical, solid defending, one of the better cards. Joe Gomez, not as cheap as some because of the Prem tax, but good value for a Premier League centre-back with these stats. Araujo, little bit slower than some of the others, but he's tall, like 6'4", is very tall, and very, very dominant physically. Very good in the air. I really like this card when I used him. Diego Carlos, a little bit slower, but very good physical and just very well-rounded. Romero, maybe a bit slow, but I really like this card with his defending and physical stats. So, on a game that pace isn't important, I do think you can get away with him. Lucas Hernandez, bit slower than I expected, but elite aggression, very good defending, plays very well, and is that perfect link to Upamecano. Delit, again, bit slower, but you started to move to players with more elite defending stats. 93 jumping when he's 6'2", with 93 strength and 83 aggression. Very good. And then Skriniar, bit quicker than some of the others, but solid pace. One of the best defenders in the game when it comes to the defensive stats. Elite physical, Skriniar is an absolute animal. Okay, now for the midfielders, there are a lot less options in general. For the cams, there's barely any that I think are good value. And even the ones that are a bit iffy. You tend to play strikers or wingers in cam more in FIFA, but there are a few options. Zobolai, bit of a weird card, but he's got a crazy long shot, and with shooting being so good this year outside the box or outside the foot shots when he's got that trait, and 4-star, I wanted to put him in there. Mkhitaryan, very good every year, solid on the ball, decent enough pace, can shoot, can pass, okay physical, and he's got that 5-star weak foot. Generally speaking, for your cams and attacking players, you want weak foot, skill moves, decent pace, and then good technical stats. And then the last cam we've got is Alejandro Gomez, elite on the ball, good enough shooting, very good passing and quick, and he's got 4-star. We're moving to our centre mids. Ryan Gravenberch, lots of Bayern players in this list who are very good. Massive, 4-star, and very well-rounded. Generally speaking, for most centre mids, we're looking for well-rounded players. This is the position more than any other that relies on having good stats across the board. Fred, 4-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot, ridiculously good stamina at 94, very good on the ball because of his agility and balance. A little bit limited in some areas, but he is Prem, Brazilian, very good value for what he is. Weston McKennie, really good value, honestly. Surprised me how good this card was when I used him and how cheap he was. Very well-rounded again across the board. Guendouzi, very cheap, but very solid card. Sao, again, nearly discard, but a very good, well-rounded card. I'm going to be saying this for a lot of them, but that's just how they are. Musiala, if this guy gets some special cards this year, he could be insane. Ridiculously good dribbling for an 81 card. My hair keeps doing annoying stuff. Ridiculously good dribbling, solid passing, can shoot. 4-star, 4-star. I honestly think if he gets a couple of upgrades, Musiala will be one of the top tier midfielders. Chan, can play him at centre-back as well with that alternative position. More of a CDM than a centre mid, I would say. But he can play box-to-box, but what a physical beast. Carlos Soler. This card, honestly, is not much worse than Renato Sanchez. And he costs 2,000 coins, and Renato Sanchez is 60k. Make of that what you will. Lamar. Elite pace for a centre mid. Elite dribbling, elite passing for a low-rated centre mid. Good enough stamina. The defending and physical is a letdown, but this is a solid all-round card. Jude Bellingham, really like Jude Bellingham's card. Wish he was a little quicker, but 6-1, 4-star, 4-star for the price he is, you are getting a very good card. And then last but not least, Pedri, 22,000 coins I think right now. Bit like Musiala, but a bit better all-round. Ridiculously good stamina, great on the ball. Elite passing, even at the higher end of midfielders. 4-star, 4-star, great links. I wish he had a little bit better finishing. It was a bit better defensively, but for what he is fantastic value. Ozcan, not that great, but he's a very budget and low entry, cheap CDM. Zambo Anguissa, very good, well-rounded card. These CDMs are going to be more, generally speaking, defensive minded. Benassa, crazy value when you look at some other cards on the game. 4-star, 3-star, very good stats in general. I really like this card for what he offers for the price. He's 900 coins with elite links. Lima, one of the quickest midfielders we've seen. Might even be the quickest so far. 3-star, 3-star, crazy stamina and aggression. Can dribble considering the rest of the stats. Okay, passing. He is a little bit limited across the board, but he's just so quick, and pace is really key on FIFA. Tonali, one of the most well-rounded midfielders we've got, can definitely play centre mid as well. 4-star weak foot, and I really just like this balance of stats across the board. His finishing's a little low, but it is good enough to use. And that's all our midfielders. Let's move on to the wingers. Okay, we're starting with the left wingers. 4-star, 4-star. This card is crazy until you look at the stamina. So you're probably even going to have to use him as an impact sub or sub him off at some point. But for a 4-star, 4-star card, if you put 100 on this boy, 96 pace, 90 finishing, he's already good on the ball, very good card. Just shame about the stamina. Sinistera, absolute budget beast in the Prem, really good dribbling with that agility and dribbling, rapid, good in the air for someone that small, and can shoot good enough with that weak foot that you're going to trust him. For me, wingers, you generally just want the same thing. Pace, great on the ball, and then able to shoot. Passing, physical stats are a boost, and as you get to high cards, they tend to be more well-rounded. I want at least 4-star, 4-star, generally speaking. Hazard, a little bit slower this year, nowhere near as good as normal. But 4-star, 4-star, outside of the boot and finesse shot trait. Very good technically. Has his own dribbling animation. Hazard is very cheap for a pretty reliable card. Zaha, 5-star skills. Doesn't have the weak foot, but those 5-star skills for the price he is. Very good physical for such a fast card. That's good on the ball. Can shoot pretty well. I do like Zaha's card. Chiesa, one of the best value players in the game right now, I think, to be honest. Very good across the board. Doesn't really have a weakness. 4-star, 4-star. He's really elite value with some very good strong links in Serie A. Rafael Leao, same position as Chiesa. I just prefer Chiesa's card. Better all-round shooting, better passing, similar-ish physicals, but Chiesa has better stamina. Both are good cards, but I do prefer Chiesa. Gakpo, not the cheapest at 30k, but for what card he is ridiculously good. You can strongly convince some Dutch players, and I do think this card's going to rise in value because he was a first team of the week. So Gakpo, bit of a different card, but I do like it a lot. Cornet, bit of a weird one. Very low entry price, but good, well-rounded card. Danjuma can play striker, left mid, left wing. Rapid, very good shooting for an 82 and pretty good on the ball. And then Carrasco up there with Chiesa for best value attacker in the game right now. Very quick, elite dribbling, very good shot, 4-star with very good links. Now to right wingers, Lucas Moura is just always on these lists every year because he's 4-star, can dribble, he's quick, solid enough shot, decent physical, very good budget player. Rodrigo, very cheap for a Real Madrid Brazilian La Liga player with such good all-round stats. Corona, little bit different, very versatile though, right wing, right mid, left wing, very good dribbling, solid pace, good passing. The shooting is a letdown. This guy probably excels more like a 3-5-2, but 5-star really does make this card almost elevate above the rest of the stats. Lozano, bit of a weak link in some areas, bad physically, not the best passing, but 4-star skills is nice, bad weak foot, but he's just so quick. One of the quickest players in the game. That is essential early on. Rafa, not the easiest to link in, but very, very good on the ball, very quick, so I like that card. And you've seen we've got him, Vecimo, the Brazilian centre-back, and Grimaldo, some good links there. And then Riyad Mahrez, quite slow for a winger, but 5-star skills with some of the best base dribbling stats on the game at 90. Clinical, good passing, not outside the foot shot, finesse shot trait, very good card. We'll look at right mids. Gelson Martins, lacks the skill moves this year, but as a cheap budget French League card, quick, good dribbling. Leon Bailey, very good price for a Premier League winger with such good pace and dribbling, can shoot as well. Outside of the foot shot trait's nice. And then the last one we're looking at is Serge Gnabry. The sprint speed's a bit meh, but he's good on the ball. He's one of the most clinical players we've seen for the wingers. 4-star, decent physical. Just because of how clinical he is, that makes a big difference, and that's why I've managed to put him on the list. Moving to the strikers, here we go. Ollie Watkins, 3-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot. Pretty limited, but he's the low entry Premier League card. For the strikers, generally speaking, we're going to want, like Marlon for his level is a great example. We want 4-star at least. 5 stars are obviously a big plus. Good on the ball, quick, can finish, and nice physical stats are a plus. Good in the air isn't essential, but it's nice to have, and then good passing's nice too. Marlon ticks the box a lot for a 4-star for Bundesliga 79. Isak, a little bit slow, maybe going to be a bit clunky with that balance and agility, but 5-star weak foot, 6'4", bit of a unique card. Do like the look of him. Matheus Cunha, 4-star, very well rounded with some nice stats for an 81. Inaki Williams, that weak foot really does hurt him, but with those physical stats and ridiculous pace, he is really good early on. Charleston, very similar to Isak, just a bit better physically. Muriel, definition of budget meta player early on. 4-star, great on the ball, quick, very good finishing, one of the best value players in the game right now. Timo Werner, rapid, good enough on the ball, you can use him I think, good stamina, decent shooting, and 4-star weak foot. Does lack the skill moves though. Gonzalo Guedes, 4-star, very similar to some of the other cards we've seen, just pretty well rounded. Correa, really like this card. 4-star, great links in La Liga, elite dribbling, very solid on the ball in terms of the physical stats, clinical, good pace, and has the outside of the foot shot trait. So this is definitely one of my top recommendations. Ben Yedder, the Rat, not as cheap as some of the options on here, but he is French League. He's French. He always plays very well on FIFA. Ridiculously good dribbling, clinical shooting, outside of the foot shot trait. Pretty quick when you put a hunter on him. It's quick enough to use. An elite card every year. Aubameyang, again, not too cheap, but you do have to pay more for your strikers in general. Aubameyang here, pretty solid in general, to be honest. Has the finesse shot outside the foot shot trait. 4-star, quick early on. With a hunter, you're getting 97 sprint speed, 95 finishing. He's just going to be a little bit clunky. That is the issue. But in every other area of the game, I do like this card. And the last one we're showing you is Lautaro Martinez, another outside the foot shot trait, an important trait this year. 4-star, 4-star. For the lower end price cards, quite unique with such great physical stats, great on the ball, elite finishing, quick enough to use. I really like that card. And that is the full list of players. Quite a long video at 20 odd minutes, but I wanted to give you guys a big list of players that you could look at and think you can use these. I know you guys are on different ends of budgets, using different leagues, different nations, so hopefully this video has helped you out a lot. I'd rather go in depth and give you a lot than not give you a lot. I appreciate you guys watching this video and the support on the channel lately. If you like these videos, please let me know. Commenting, let me know what you think of them, let me know if there's any videos you want to see. Subscribing really does mean a lot. And then if you like watching live streams, getting to ask me questions, see a bit more what I think about the game, check out my Twitch, Zelonius92. I'm streaming there daily, 12 till 4 UK time, and then evening times as well. Appreciate you guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.